Good afternoon. So we are going to start lectures 17 and 18, microgrid control in islanded mode of operation and grid connected system interfacing with the utility. Okay. So this will be again like the short presentation. I just want to discuss like one of the paper very briefly with of one of my PhD student which I supervise at University of Pretoria, Ranjay Singh. So here basically one of the paper I am briefly discussing. So to try to match what is our the title of this presentation, that this microgrid control in the islanded and grid connected mode of operation. So this paper basically talks about the multi-objective optimization of hybrid renewable energy systems using the reformed electrical system, cascade analysis for islanding and grid connected mode of operation. So it was published in IEEE Access. Previously IEEE Access appeared to be okay. Now it is decreasing, to be little bit honest. So of course it is open access, paid journal. I don't encourage much, but sometime like when we are in the member in the team, so decision is not taken by one person. Okay, and I don't try to dictate the decision. I will have just my advisory role. I don't tell like that we have to only do this way. Okay, I will have just my general advice, and then maybe as commonly agree, we try to do that. So here this paper presents a methodology of the reformed electrical system cascade analysis, abbreviated as RESCA, for the optimization. Try to optimize design, optimize the system, optimization of hybrid renewable energy system comprising of the wind, photovoltaic, battery storage systems, non-intermittent load, and the grid as the system components. And it considers 4 different configurations in islanding and grid connected modes for the analysis. So 4 configurations of hybrid energy system is optimized using this technique RESCA with constants such as final excess energy, renewable energy fractions like this sum of the index, energy generation ratio, loss of power supply probability, and annual system cost. Okay, so 4 different configurations are considered, and the optimization is realized for a residential load in the Newark. So it is not New York, but is Newark. Okay, USA, consisting of 100 households with a daily consumption of 3 kilowatt hour for each house. Okay, so the paper presents the application of RESCA methodology for optimization of hybrid renewable energy based on reliability and economic constraint for both isolated and grid connected mode of application. I will present this very shortly because after this we have one more presentation remaining. So I don't want to go in fact even too much detail of this paper. Can you think that how much this paper length will be there in IEEE format, IEEE access? Any idea that how many number of pages this paper could be there? Number of pages? Generally, like if you IEEE paper, okay, if it is normally transaction, previously it used to be 8 pages limit, then 10, it could be 12. So this paper 23 pages. So very long. Eh? So I just want to briefly discuss. Even I like more telling some stories of these, some successful or some students to motivate more. So here basically it considers the 4 different architectures of the systems comprising, you can see here, 4 different these cases are considered, like the PV systems, battery storage systems, wind systems, dummy load. The first this configurations. Second you can see that these configurations. Here you see that grid converter connected with the utility grid. Then in the configuration C, you can see that here battery storage system is not there, and you can see is on this like the here. So this way you'll see that 4 different configurations considered here, and here the optimization constants, what these are considered. So explained in this table, and you can see that system components and the application constraint for various system configurations, what we 4 configuration we consider. First one like PV, wind, battery storage system. In second PV, wind, battery plus grid connected system. Third one PV, wind, and like that, and then fourth one with grid connected. So and these different constraints are considered. So here basically in this area you can see quite detailed literature review analysis. So summary of the studies conducted for hybrid energy systems optimization. What are the different optimization techniques which have been used in the various research papers? What are the different system components have been considered? Whether the system is off grid or on grid. Okay. So you can see off grid, mostly off grid, here off or on grid, off and on grid. So except 2 mostly are the off grid. Then optimization constraints, and it lists down some of the important findings. Okay. So as I mentioned, I will be just want to quickly complete this, and then we have this next presentation, one remaining one. So here then we have the technical input, technical parameters, technical and cost data required for the system modeling. The references are provided here. So this technical information includes for this PV module data. So you'll see that PV several information for the PV panels. Same way you have the wind energy conversion system. So you can find all the required parameters. Battery and energy storage system, manufacturer and all these battery systems required parameters, converter data, and the this NIS and grid data. So all these technical and cost data which have been used, and this table shows the details of hybrid energy renewable renewable energy systems with the different optimization constraint for the configuration 1. So, which are provided here. I am not going into too much of explanation. I will be happy to provide these papers. Then you can see the for the same way configuration 2, configuration 3, and then basically you can compare the details for the configuration 3, and then basically you can compare these various optimization techniques, compare the optimization techniques with respect of this particular technique used in these papers. Okay. So, with respect of these other topics, other optimization techniques, what are the issues with respect of the other techniques. Because of time constraint, I am not reading through or going through the detail. Then it basically suggests you the possible improvements using these particular techniques. Okay. So, here basically just to very briefly list down this key observation, that this technique has overcome the drawbacks of the primary methodologies by incorporating multi-constraint optimization criteria for both on and off-grid modes of operation. And this has included variations in the PV and wind energy conversion system performance based on the temperature and system modeling. So, it is a very detailed paper written. So, you can see that this student did his PhD on the topic multi-criterion optimization of isolated and grid connected hybrid renewable energy systems using this technique reformed electric system cascade analysis, University of Pretoria under my supervision. So, you can see that he published for high quality journal papers, or like say IET RPG, industrial electronics, IEEE access, electric power systems research. In addition, he published conference paper, book chapters, etc. But he did his PhD quite successfully within the normal period of time. Okay, because of the time constraint, I don't want to go in too much of detail. As you said, we are happy to provide the additional resources, research papers, but I will be happy to respond some of the questions. So, please, if you have any questions, technical, economical, environmental, any kind of question you have, you are more than welcome to ask me, online participants and physical participants. So, please, if you have any questions, expect at least 1 or 2 questions, maybe 1 at least from the online, 1 from physical. Okay. So, we will not end up before we have 2 questions. Right. So, please ask at least 1 question, physical 1 question. Maybe anyone from the physical, please, any question, journal, any question? Not technical, anything you want to chat with me, if you have any queries. Your voice will also be recorded in the GIAN program. The photos also come for the participants if they ask question? No? So make the provision.
It is there in MS Team. If somebody asks and somebody
Yes, yes.
turns on the camera.
Yes, yes, it can, yeah. So please, if you have any questions, fine. Otherwise, we just will. Anyone raising hand? No? Okay. Yes, please. Yes, please. Please tell your name, your affiliation.
My name is Dr. P.K. Bhatt, sir, Weltech University in Chennai.
Chennai, excellent.
Sir, actually, I want to know about the last 2 days you were given presentation, sir. Actually, sir, any experimental setup, sir, you have, sir? Can you show me? It is, I think it is better because totally last 2 days you were given presentation is very nice presentations, no doubt. But any experimental setup, sir, you done anything, sir? Can you show me it is a better understanding about the microgrids regarding what you are already presenting last 2 days? Any one experimental setup, sir, you have, then can you give, sir, that is it is better get knowledge from about what you presenting. You have any experimental setup?
Yeah, so in fact, this is really very, very good question about the, the experimental setup. As you see that the microgrid, okay, microgrid what we are mostly talking, okay, and generally I am presenting the situations like 5 or 7 years earlier when the student did their PhD or say 7 or 8 years earlier at University of Pretoria. So at that time there we were not having any such sort of microgrid facilities, and sometimes you'll see that like when you want to consider the different varieties of systems, like one of the studies shown for really big systems like 40 megawatt. So depends upon if there is any availability, but we used to have there at University of Pretoria, there we have another scientific laboratory, CSIR. So they also conduct the research. They have also got some research laboratories, research facilities. So on some of the project we jointly work with. Okay, so I think one of the student did some study related to that, but in some of the situation like it may not be feasible or possible to have this realistic hardware microgrid setup. Okay, and so even whatever here at University of Sharjah we have got some facility, some research facility, particularly talking about these small size photovoltaic systems, not very big, 3 kilowatt, but it has the tracking system. It has features like this bifacial PV panels. It can be connected with the grid, it can be isolated. So some research we have done, but with these students, so this was mainly the like simulation study. As I explained, that simulation study is equally important in the power system. So that's the case. So I hope you got my answer, please.
Yes, sir, I got this answer, but you have then the simulation work, I think.
Yeah, so yeah, even please, you are welcome to interact me at later stage as well. So I can see, I can connect you, I can direct you probably some more information at later stage as well. additional information.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
I will be happy to discuss. Please, you can contact me through email or WhatsApp, and we can try to provide you some additional information as well. Some more questions, maybe anyone from online or physical, please.
Sir, namaskar. Namaste, sir.
Namaskar, namaskar.
Sir, I am Dr. Pratap Shekhar Kumar. I am basically from Odisha, but working here in Hyderabad, and I am professor in the Department of Electrical and Electronics Engineering at Srinivasan Institute of Science and Technology, Hyderabad.
Very nice.
It is basic. No, sir. Actually, I am hearing this since last 2 days, so the lectures, it is good for us also to see hybrid microgrid system. And different papers, I think you have reviewed many papers, and also today whatever you said about reliability in cases, these are the things you discussed, and you discussed it nicely. So my question not related to these things, whatever the technical aspect of what we discussed. So only one non-technical question, if you permit me, then I can.
Sure, please.
So nowadays in India, what exactly the scenario is? So the demand of core branches are not there. Whatever we expected, the core demand, Windows, smart grid, microgrid, and many new technologies are coming up. But day by day, what we are observing, students are not showing interest towards take admission in the core branches. So that is the reason, because I am working here, last 1 year, we are not getting MTech students. When I joined here in 2017, full MTech students in our branches of power engineering. So last 6 years, students were there, but in the consecutive last years, no students. So as a result, many students are moving towards this computer science branches like that. So exactly what happening there, sir? Is it the thing going on there, or why these things are happening? What is the demand for the electrical engineers in future also? So because people are talking about PV, many plants are coming like that, but what is the job opportunity? What is the scope? Where the faculties? Actually, this is the practical things happening. Excluding the NITs, IITs, those who are working in private sector also, so they are facing a lot of problems. So what exactly they are going on in your areas? So what exactly we can do, sir? What exactly this PhD, everything we can take the qualification, students will do the research. Where they will go? Where is the job opportunity?
Yeah, so thank you very much for this very interesting questions. In fact, the very important problem you have raised. Okay, particularly this trend, we see that trend, the trend you mentioned about the PhD student dropping for the admission, master students dropping the admissions. Mostly undergraduate students going in the computer discipline. Okay, so this trend is not in India, but this trend is global. Okay, and you'll see the situation particularly, just COVID. So which was the major transient, okay, sudden disturbance, and still the things have not been fully improved. Okay, there has been improved, but you cannot say that the situation which was before COVID, it used to be there, that it is still fully recovered. Okay, so but some of the things you mentioned, and you'll see that electrical engineering, for example, one of the very core branches, but you'll see that globally, that whatever our electrical engineering used to be there, conventional electrical engineering. So there, the curriculum, everything is getting too much dynamic. Even the contents by default, practical aspects are changing. Okay. 30 years, 20, 30 earlier, we just used to talk simply generation, transmission, distribution. BTech, there could be 30 or 40 courses, 70-80% will be just core courses. But now you'll see how the trend, it has changed that, in 4-year degree bachelor, some university first year common, some university even 2 years common, 4th year final project. So only 1 year student will studying core courses. So this trend is like say almost everywhere, and now the approach is getting more towards the little bit more disciplinary approach. Even for example the faculty, if we just are very traditional, just only teaching only the, for example, conventional courses, okay, for example machine or power system, even some universities, particularly private sector, the admission has significantly dropped. That is the realistic situation. So unless the faculties are not very dynamic, so it is really a big challenge. Even I recall I have contact with so many faculty members in India, even more than you people be having. Okay. So even when people will ask me, can you please suggest the examiners names from overseas, they will ask, can you suggest the examiners from India as well? I will say, India, you can search it. They will say that no, but you will tell us better. Okay. So the point what I am trying to say, I have one faculty, Professor Manohar Mishra, he is in the electrical department, but he is more specialized in the computer science discipline. So we really need to have, as technology is changing, so we cannot just only dependent upon the conventional topics, whatever the new techniques are coming. So we are equally using, whether it is electrical engineering, like AI based course we teach in the electrical department, same thing it will be taught in the computer science discipline, whatever the programming, machine learning, whatever they are using, we are also equally using.
So that means what?
Yeah, we have to. The point what I am trying to mention is that we have to be more dynamic. We have to expand that. Even computer science is not something unique or something specialized. We are also quite expert, and we can adapt to that expertise without much difficulty. Even part of the course, we have the capability to deliver. If there are more students coming, so we can say that electrical department can also offer the courses, can contribute in the joint this research activities. Now things are getting interdisciplinary. So things are totally changing. I gave you an example, for example, NTPC, for example, which has business in the area of coal and gas. After 5 years rule comes that there will be no new plant for the coal based. So their business they know that their business is going to be closed down. So if they don't update depending upon the situation, if they are not dynamic, things are going to be slow down or die out. So we have to see how the trend is there. So we have to tune and update to that accordingly. And we have to have very positive attitude. We understand sometime things slow down. We have to be little bit peaceful, but at the same time we explore all the opportunity with patience. And I hope that we can survive, and we can do quite well. So I hope you got some my response.
Yes, yes, your very good response. Your response highly appreciated, sir. But thing is that we have to update ourselves. We have also designed the syllabus, keeping the all these things in mind. And in electrical core also only 4 to 5, 6 subjects we are giving to the students, and the rest of the subjects we are taking from the computer science.
Yes.
That elective here we are giving also for the BTech students.
Even
But we are not getting MTech students here, that is the issue. So that is the reason somehow in the research area we are lacking in the research area, because we are not getting students actually. MTech and PhD we forget, but in private we are not getting also MTech students. But anyhow, what we said is we have to go by the situation, we have to keep patience till that time will come. Very good, sir. I appreciated what you said. But what about that in your university, only this core branch electrical or any
No.
related branch?
even I wanted to add, for example, in our department recently they opened the program in the biomedical engineering. Okay.
Yes.
It's not only the electrical department, but electrical department is a leading department along with this medical institutes. So program in the biomedical engineering. So we have to be really dynamic. We have to expand our possibilities. Even, for example, one of the department in engineering what we have at the University of Sharjah, there is a full department on SREE, Sustainable and Renewable Energy Engineering. So there is a full bachelor program on this sustainable and renewable energy engineering. So we have to see how the trend is there, and accordingly we have to update our syllabus, update our activities. The research again you mentioned. So in that situation, networking, collaboration is extremely important. Even if there are provision, you can explore maybe some remote supervision with some universities. If you have some good networking, you can come out with some joint publication, and you can have some good research output. Like I want to give you example. For example, like say now you will see that Uber or Ola, how many car they own? I think no car at all, right? Almost, but still they are providing excellent service. Okay, so in some situation like we may not have the student, but if you are very dynamic, you explore, you try to have network, you have capability, you contact, and if where there is provision, you can do some remote supervision. You can still contribute, still publish, keep your profile updated. I'm just telling based on my experience. Like even I tell honestly, University of Sharjah, there is not like something very great research opportunity facilities, but I have still very healthy and very active contacts with my previous university. I keep on getting few students from there. So this way, like you have to be very dynamic, very positive. Try to show your potential, that you can do really very well, and you can deliver, so that you don't run behind the student, but student are behind you, and you can be more in the selecting mode.
Yes.
So that's the positive way I try to encourage that there are always challenges and difficult situation, and
Yes.
that's why all this, you know, optimization and everything comes when we have this resource constraint, difficult situation. Then we try your best. So this is really great, you know, point that you raised. And in the yesterday's meeting, we talked that one of the great aspect is that, you know, through the GIAN program, that networking, collaboration. People talk about the MOU. MOU is like a kind of one documentation. But more important, at then human being will work. Okay, if you have some networking, collaboration, if MOU is there is good, but at the end, individual context, how things at the end in progress. For example, if I know the director of any institute, it doesn't progress too much because the director in 2 years may get replaced or changed. If you have some good contact in the faculty member in the electrical department, maybe that contact will live for 10 years or more. So the contact, proper contacts, networking, research contribution, research output, extremely important. So networking, contacts, collaboration, long-term contacts, collaboration, this is very much essential. And then, you know, some points you mentioned, when you are good networking, sometime you want to publish or present paper in this, you know, conference overseas. Sometime you may not in position to travel because of several reasons, maybe sometime suddenly visa issue or like that. So if there is some networking, some collaboration, you can find some solution for you know, different aspects.
Yes. Thank you, sir.
Any more questions, please, from anyone, please?
Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much. Online, physical, if you have any more question. If not, then we will end this session and then we'll have just few minutes break and then we'll continue with the last presentation for today.